The beleaguered Brazilian president is facing an almost perfect economic and political storm, for which a large proportion of the population here blames her directly. Perhaps the biggest crisis affecting her is a multi-billion-dollar corruption scandal focused on the state-controlled oil giant Petrobras. Dilma Rousseff used to be chairman of the board at Petrobras, and although, unlike other senior politicians and business leaders, she has not been directly implicated in the scandal, it has weakened her authority and that of a government. And that is why many Brazilians think she should either resign or be impeached. This is a critical week for the president's opponents in Congress as they try to drum up the necessary two-thirds majority to begin the impeachment process. But it's important to note, impeachment has nothing to do with the aforementioned corruption scandal at the state-controlled oil giant Petrobras. Instead, it is more focused on allegations that Dilma Rousseff somehow manipulated government accounts to hide the growing deficit. And that is why the president and his supporters say that what is happening in Congress is nothing more than an attempted coup against a democratically elected government. Yes, in the last decade, Brazil was the darling of the developing world. Its economy booming and millions brought out of poverty thanks to innovative welfare programs. The country was awarded the World Cup and the Olympic Games. But under Dilma Rousseff's second term in office, rising inflation and recession have threatened many of those gains. It's also exposed many of Brazil's old divisions that never really went away, between north and south, rich and poor, and along racial lines. This feels like a divided country with regular anti- and pro-government protests on the streets of Rio, São Paulo and Brasilia. These are critical days for President Rousseff and for South America's biggest and most populous country.
Yes, 55. No, 22. We have approved the report, and I would like to communicate that before this decision taken by the Federal Senate, we open a meeting, and we will have a meeting tomorrow at 4 p.m. with the President of the Supreme Court later on today at 4 p.m.
صور لما كنت أنا عندهم بالبرازيل، صورة أخته سمية وأنا وميشيل. هذا شو بيي، انبسط كتير إنه صورة بيو كان ساعة موجودة، بس الشيء الحلو إنه بس فات هذا بيي هيك قول بيي بالعربي.
نحن فخرنا كأهل بتعبورة هو إنسان اسمه ميشيل تامر.